Well, kids, you knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time.
No!
The NBA celebrates its first mentally ill referee. Yes, a dude who likes to feel pretty.
Oh, I'm also a drag performer.
And you still wonder why the ratings suck so bad?
It's true.
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this...
You serious?
It's what's next. What's up, guys? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Wednesday. Well, we're going to take a little break of what's going on in Israel just for a moment. Sports. And of course, if anybody's paying any attention right now, you got the Major League Baseball pennant chase going on right now, which of course, I'm very happy as a Philadelphia fan. My Phillies are in the NLCS and are one game away from the World Series. But the NBA is just around the corner. And of course, you're excited to see the players, you know, the rookies, who got traded, who didn't get traded, the contracts, what have you. Oh, and of course, LeBron James is still running around, and of course, the amazing Steph Curry. But that's not enough. To the NBA, it's not enough. What's enough is making statements. Yes. Over the last several years, the NBA has taken a nosedive in its ratings, not because of its gameplay, but because of political correctness, i.e. wokeness. You remember those lovely years where you had LeBron and other cronies around the league got on their knees and wore Black Lives Matter t-shirts and had Black Lives Matters all over the courts. And of course, nobody gave a fuck because nobody gave a fuck. And of course, the ratings showed it. Or the lack thereof, shall I say. But of course, the NBA, like I said, is all about making statements and making quote unquote history. The NBA has announced, yes, that they are having their first transmental referee. Yes, dude who likes to feel pretty is now refereeing in your NBA games, or an NBA game coming to you soon. This coming out of Outkick. NBA welcomes first non-binary transmental referee. Well, in the beginning of this, I said it was a dude who likes to feel pretty. No, she's a chick who just likes to play as a dude. A biological female NBA referee came out as the first non-binary transmental to be the first in NBA history to set the benchmark. Yes, we're setting such wonderful heights. NBA ref Che Flores was highlighted in a new GQ article. GQ, remember them? Remember that wonderful magazine used to be about men and masculinity and yeah, whatever happened to that? Revealing the referee's trailblazing identity as a queer person having zero to do with basketball. I'm absolutely stunned. The Woke's NBA's first non-binary trans. Identity does not contribute to the officiating, but in the NBA, identity and platform are everything. Quote, one piece I was missing for myself is that no one knew how I identified, and you just had to know. Sports and queerness can be a hard intersection to navigate, but NBA referee Che Flores is letting people in on what it really means to be part of such a community. Thank you for sharing your story. NBA ref Che Flores on becoming the first out transmental in American pro sports. Modern sports keeps eye off the ball. As a standard with progressive alphabet ideology, this message focuses solely on a person's identity. In Flores' case, as a trans non-binary person, her identity is both malleable and sacred to her being, never to be denied or mischaracterized despite a definitive set of chromosomes. Flores wanted to set the record straight ahead of the NBA's 23-24 season. Last season, Flores officiated 35 NBA games, so yes, she has done this before. Being misgendered as a she/her always felt like a little jab in the gut because I am a woman. I can go through the world and even at my job with a lot more comfortability. Flores added. While Flores hopes to usher in a new brand for the NBA, prioritizing alphabet agendas. The referee oversaw a disregard for the professional that made her recognizable. For Che Flores, her presence in the NBA isn't about growing the sport of basketball, but encouraging others, including youth, to come out of the quote-unquote proverbial closet, as the NBA turns progressively more liberal and more trashy. Similar to most major American leagues, the message becomes less about romanticizing basketball and more about pushing agendas, yes, checking off boxes, identity politics, and what have you. Flores highlights mission behind coming out. Flores is the latest pioneer in modern landscape of sports. Yes, remember Black Lives Matter? How wonderful the ratings were after that? Oh, no? Oh, the ratings were trash because of it. Well, just calling out facts. Rather than push an envelope as a woman in a heavily male field, Flores aims to push the radical gender ideology. I'm just thinking of having younger queer kids look at someone who is on the high-profile stage and not using it, Flores added. And I'm not using the league as an advantage of any way. No, absolutely not. This is just to let young kids know that we can exist. We can be successful in different ways. Well, not when it counts. Flores, like many before, will discover that woke leads to broke. Woke also leads to performing a role no longer focused on your actual merit, which Flores will soon acknowledge and play into. The ref officiated more than 1,000 games across 14 years, making stops at the college level, the WNBA, which don't know why she's not there because she fits perfectly, and the G League before reaching the NBA, just because, not because of officiating, but because she's a woman, of course, now a thing. Impressive on its own. Flores possesses the freedom to identify as whatever the hell she wants to, in coming out as transparent for those wondering what her platform encourages. When I started refereeing, you had to look a certain way, Flores says. This is the first time I'm comfortable expressing myself through my own fashion and not having to worry about it. In Flores' ideal future, more non-binary, more trans refs will officiate NBA games, and of course, more trash to follow. Like I just said moments ago, she fit perfectly in the WNBA because, good luck on finding a straight woman in the WNBA. Well, I'm just saying. I'm sure they're there, but, they're hard to come by. But you officiate for 14 years, over 1,000 games, and yet now is when you choose to, quote unquote, come out of the proverbial closet. I'm not a woman, I'm a thing. Don't characterize me as a woman, even though I do have breasts and a vagina. But never mind the facts. It's all about how I feel and how I identify. That's the main thing. And of course, as anybody has watched the NBA over the many, many, many years, identity plays a huge role. Performance plays a huge role. There was a certain style that Jordan carried with him that made him the GOAT. Isaiah Thomas, Charles Barkley, Larry Bird, Matt Johnson, the ambassador, Julius Erving, and players that came before them and after them. They carried a style of their own. Even LeBron carrying James himself, yes, bend over, grab both ankles, carried a style. The late Kobe Bryant carried a style. But in this NBA, no, it's no longer about how great you are on the court. It's about how I identify. Because at the end of the day, the NBA really doesn't give a fuck about the fans. And that's the truth. I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. And we'll see you next time. Peace.